Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Respond Customer Service webinar series, which takes place the second Tuesday of the month. We're glad you've joined us today. Before I hand things over to Lea, I just want to remind everyone that we have a few 2016 user group trainings still coming up. We have the traditional intermediary trainings, which are ones we've been doing for years. We have one in August, September, and October, so you can see the locations and the dates on the screen there. And then we also have an advanced training, which we've just been doing the last couple years, and that's on October 17th in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and that does coincide with the ABC3, or I think it's called 360. It's the Page Wolfberg and Worth conference that they do every year. So if you're going to be out there, you might want to look at signing up for that October 17th training. All right, well, like always, we encourage you to ask questions throughout the presentation. So if you have any questions for Lea on the topic that she'll be speaking about today, you can enter those in that question area at any time. If that screen collapses off to the right-hand side of your screen, feel free to go ahead and click on that red arrow, and that will expand it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to Lea. Good morning, Lea.
Good morning, and thanks everyone for joining me today. Today we're going to be discussing the time pay and how the time pays work within the billing program. So basically the time pays are associated basically and primarily throughout the schedule. So if you have a time pay schedule already set up, or if you need one set up, either way we can help you or assist you setting that up. Pretty straightforward with the aspect that the name of it is the time pay accounts, and it's an original billing schedule. Down here in our events and our forms, we'll go ahead and look at each one of these individually, always starting out with our no bills sent. That's getting the system out, sending the aka troops out to go and get all those calls that are associated with our time pay account schedule to get them ready for action, which that action is the next one, which is associated with our private bill. So it's sending out that private bill or that invoice associated with your time pay. Using your messages to indicate whatever message you would like to associate on that first private bill time pay account, thanking them for your service, thanking them for making timely payments, whatever you would like it to say. And then the event here, update to event, is the time payment and monthly due. Just keep everything moving forward for you, and the system assisting you or helping you move the system forward with the appropriate forms, messages, and events. Next, we have the next one, and again, you can put the date range whatever you want. Typically, if you're going to do monthly payments just once a month, you'd probably want to change it to 30 days. If they're making monthly payments twice a month, maybe you want to do 15 days. Whatever it is that has been agreed upon, or the other hand of your internal policy of how you handle and the frequency and the amount associated with the time pay account. And again, it goes out as a private bill. The message is whatever internal message you would like to show up on the invoice for utilizing your service and making promptly payments and so on and so forth. And then the event associated with the past dues, so you know where it's falling in the line of events or progress throughout the schedule here. And you can have as many events as you would like associated. If you want to have, the first private bill and then a past due and then a couple more, that's totally up to you on how much leeway you're going to give these individuals with making timely payments. Always ending all schedules with a review or a follow-up. So that's your safety net to ensure that nothing falls into a black hole or gets lost into space. Always doing the review or follow-up as your last event there. So once you have your schedules with the forms and the events and all your messages set up, the other key aspect here is making sure that the time payment is checked here. By checking that time payment, it indicates to the program, so it will automatically move the call record back to the first event. That way it prevents you and or your billers having to manually go into the calls and changing the events back from private bill past due back to no bill sent, so that it can send out a new invoice with the new amount on there. So the system works in your favor of keeping track with that, of the time payment being checked right here. And like I said, then it'll move the event back to the first event. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and I do have an example call here. And we go into our credits to go ahead and enter an actual credit per the patient. We have, enter the amount. Oh, it didn't pop up like I was hoping it would. Let me get out of this call and start again. Hold on. I want to show you that pop up. And I do my hotkey of Control J to bring that call right back up. I thought I had it all ready for you and tested it, and then I watched it. Okay, so we have the schedule in the time pay here of the time pay account. And then when we go in and indicate the private payment there, we can indicate the amount that the patient is going to pay. There's no denials from payers, private pay for me in this incident. And we can hit accept and OK to indicate that payment. Right, so if I go into edit, let me try it this way, private pay, that's not popping up like I want it to. So in this schedule, we have the private pay, time pay, and we go into our credits. I apologize. I tested it, and it worked just fine. Now, of course, it's not cooperating with me. When we put in our credit payment of a private pay payment, right now it would typically pop up, and it would ask you if you want to restart the event back to the original event, which would be the no bill sent, and you could click yes. So again, that keeps it, oh, that's why, Lea, keeps it going for you. So when I clicked on it earlier of no, or advance that feature so that it goes back, it goes to no bill sent, so it knows to grab it. So I am purposely, because I want to show you guys, I am purposely going to go ahead and change this one so that we indicate, okay, Control J, bring it back up. So it's in the next event. We've got our payment. We're going to go ahead and enter our payment once again, and there is what I wanted it to do. You have just entered a time payment. Do you want to reset the event back to the initial event? So again, by just simply clicking yes, it puts it back to no bill sent in the event right there, so that the system's working for you rather than you having to do the actual steps of going in and changing that event and taking the possibility of getting interrupted or it forgot or what have you. So the system works for you in the aspect of having that time payment indicated in the system, moving it for you. So right there in your time pay schedule, again, it's just an original billing schedule, setting up your forms, your events, your messages, and then having the time pay here check mark indicates to the system to know to do that, to go ahead and move it back for you to the no bill sent in the event. So that the next time that you send out an invoice, it'll indicate the previous amount, the amount that was posted, and then the new balance. So every time they make a payment and it goes back to the new event, the invoice will indicate the payment that was made as well as the new balance minus that last payment. So long and short of it, that's how you set up the time pay payments based on the schedules, making sure that the time pay is checkmarked there, and then the system knows how to appropriately use it as long as you click yes and accept that you want to change back that event. Wonderful. Is there any questions? If you have any concerns or questions in regards to setting up the time pay schedule, or review it, look at it to see if it is set up correctly, would like it tweaked. If you're online customers, you will need our assistance. Feel free to give us a call on our support line and talk to tech support. More than happy to help anybody with setting up or tweaking any type of schedules. And in this case, we're talking about the time pay schedules. So we'd be more than happy to help with that. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, I very much thank everybody for joining me today, and feel free to call support if you have any additional concerns or questions. Take care till next time.